Okay, we are picking up, man. Let's hit the live on Facebook there. We are live on Facebook. Okay. Are we live on Instagram? Check one, check two. Bleacher Report is up and ready. Is Instagram up and ready? Let's see, man. We going live everywhere tonight. Let's see how this is looking, man. Okay. IG is live. We are powered up. And last but not least, YouTube. Okay, back to the top we go. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Black Friday. Another edition of KFTV's post-game live. Happy Thanksgiving to Knicks Nation. The Knicks would head down to the QC for the final game of a 5-game road trip against a severely shorthanded Charlotte Hornet team. And just when you expected a bum night, this Knicks team would be in for a dogfight for all 48 minutes required. And the Knicks escape embarrassment, man. 99-98. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty, man. This is the post-game show. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it, man. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. CP the franchise, Alex Rataros in the building. Let's talk about it, man. Lock in. Boy, oh boy. This was interesting indeed, man. Let's go. Oh, man. Al, how you feeling, man? Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, too, bro. How was your Thanksgiving before we get into this game?
You know, you
eat enough food, man? You get the mac and cheese going? What'd you do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My turkey day was absolutely fantastic. Give thanks for that. Yeah, Turkey Day was absolutely fantastic, man. We'll get into the menu and all of that, but let's get into this Knick team because Charlotte, no
it wasn't great, man. This was not a great one.
Yeah, no LaMelo, no Miles Bridges, no Nick Richards, no Larry Johnson, no Alonzo Mourning, no Muggsy Bogues. I mean, they didn't have anybody today. But for some reason, this Knicks team, they come up against these young, scrappy, gritty teams, and they have a lot of trouble. I mean, how many times did we see the Charlotte Hornets grabbing offensive rebounds over the Knicks, the 50-50 balls, the hustle stats, the turnovers? They kept this team right in it, man.
The turnovers were like the big thing, and just like the lack of energy in the first quarter, like you already lost a bad one to the Dallas Mavericks, and I thought they would come out a little bit more inspired. I mean, they shot so poorly against the Mavericks that you would think that, hey, we're gonna bounce back. Whether or not it's the in-season tournament, they really care about it. Regardless, it's the next game. You should come out with a little bit more passion that, hey, we got to get this thing right, man, because
hang on, they're saying the audio, you're saying our audio isn't good. Hang on. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. How is the audio on the stream? Let's make sure that the stream is proper here. Hang tight. Let's make sure we get an audio. Hang on. Check. Hang on. Check. Al, give me some mics. Give me some audio.
Mic check. 2 1 2.
It says audio having a lag. Audio, hang on. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. It says it's coming in and out. All right, some people saying it's fine. Some people saying it's still cutting out.
It says we're good, still bad.
It says we're good.
I don't know who's starting where.
Yeah. All right. So it's saying we're good. All right, so let's run it back from the top, man. Listen, bottom line is Knicks had a lot of trouble putting away this Charlotte Hornets team. Severely shorthanded. No LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Nick Richards all out. Yeah, Jalen Brunson with 31 points. I thought McBride's 14, especially in the second half, was very timely. And they got the job done, man. But give me your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, like I said, or what I was trying to say is that I would think that the Knicks wanted to come out a little bit more inspired than how they came out against Dallas. And look, they couldn't hit the broadside of the barnyard in the last game, but you would think they want to get the course corrected. I didn't like how they started the game flat. Just for like 3 quarters, it just felt like there was no continuity. There was no rhythm. Defensively, they were out of sorts. Offensively, it was just like no one was on the same page. And look, you're going to have games like that. But still, like, I just didn't feel enough of the effort, and that didn't shine through until the fourth quarter, until, You had Deuce McBride closing this game with the starters. And it was at that point that you start to see the aggression, the hustle, and everything that we're so accustomed to in years past from this Knicks team. So nice to see that it ended that way. But for 3.5 quarters,
Yeah.
man, this is not what you want to see from the Knicks team. I get that a win is a win, but look, there's some concerns, especially on the defensive end, man. You just want to see this team play better because this team, the way that it's constructed, has larger aspirations. I just didn't like how they were out hustled, as you pointed out. I didn't like how it just felt like there was no continuity, no rhythm at all through this game. This is stuff that they can work out, but we're at game 19 at this point. I'd like to see a little bit more there, especially on the defensive front.
Yeah, I agree with you there, man. For some reason, and if you guys are having audio, the people in the chat on the YouTube side are saying restart your YouTube and refresh YouTube, and it should work. I'm not sure what happened, but IG saying they're good. Facebook, I think, is saying the audio is good, and Instagram is also saying that the audio is good. So, no, defensively, man, it's an issue. It's definitely an issue. Like, yeah, look, yes, this is a professional NBA team, and a lot of these young guys are fighting for their lives. Like, all that sounds hot. But for a team that wants to be a legitimate contender, like, there's no excuse for this, man. Like, they should have came out and stepped on their necks early. This should not have required full 48 minutes of starters and closing. You got 40 minutes from OG Anunoby, 41 minutes for Josh Hart. These guys should have been enjoying their Thanksgiving break, but they had to earn every bit of this one, man, because it was an uphill climb for damn near 3.5 quarters.
Hey, look, don't even cut it short. You also got 40 minutes for Karl-Anthony Towns. You're talking about three guys, three of your starters playing close to 40 minutes, if not there. And the fact that it took 40 minutes to beat, can you even call this team a G League team? Like, I don't even know if you can call this team a G League team. I thought the talent was a little bit less than. Like, there was literally a possession for the Charlotte Hornets where they had like 4 or 5 offensive boards and missed all of them. They legitimately missed all of them. Thank God the Knicks would go down the other side. I think OG misses the shot. Josh gets the offensive rebound, kick it out to Brunson. Brunson knocks down the 3. But stuff of this nature, it shouldn't be happening against this team, man. Honestly, like, it should not be happening against this team. Once again, a win is a win. But the thing is that where you're going with this team, where they should be going, like, we shouldn't be having these type of defensive lapses at this point.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because defense should be able to travel. I understand schematically that, whether you're going back between drop, you're hedging, you're blitzing, whatever you want to do, and it takes time for everyone to get on that type of page. But there's a lot of effort that goes into this as well. And the one that stands out to me, and people are going to think that we're just bashing him at this point, and it's not bashing. It's calling like it is. Like, I'm watching Mikal Bridges over here, inbound a pass, and he's still not, it hasn't crossed the line. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah.
You just turned it over after the Hornets just scored before the half, and then you give it again to them so that they can score again. Like, it just feels people are asleep at the wheel, man, and we can't be having that, because the thing is that, consistency makes habits, right? And habits are hard to break.
Yeah.
If you're consistently playing tough-nosed defense for the entire 82 game of the season, it's not going to stop once you get to the postseason. You can't take breaks during the regular season and be like, we'll turn it on at this point of the season, or turn it on when it really matters most. It doesn't work like that, man, because your mindset's not going to be there. So I just need to see that change. That's what I need to see change, man.
Yeah.
We should not have been in a close game with this one. Like I said, I get that a win's a win, but it's got to be better than this, bro.
For sure. And I just showed the play there. I just showed the play there, and it's just I immediately jumped on Twitter. I was like, yo, what's up with this guy's energy? And speaking of Mikal Bridges, bro, he found himself planted to the bench on the fourth quarter, rightfully so, because Deuce McBride outplayed him. And every time, whether it's a Utah game or this game, he got sat down for guys who were giving better effort on the defensive side, better energy. What Steph say to us when he came on a couple weeks ago, we talked about Bridges. His tenacity has to be more nasty, man. So, after the game, they asked Thibs and they asked Josh Hart, and those guys are going to bat for their guy. Like, we understand it. Josh Hart saying, listen, this is a new situation for him, and, everybody's complaining and they can't do what he do. All that sounds hot. But at the end of the day, he's not impacting winning. It's not about it's not even that, like, I could wait for the buckets to come around. I could wait for the shots to fall later.
Absolutely.
But there's still things that you can do, like not turning the ball over and handing the guy the ball to give him points to close the half. Or how about just better effort on the defensive end? Or how about not letting the guy crash the boards over your head? Those are things that doesn't take chemistry or adjustments to do to help your team win. He's not doing that.
Facts. These are all facts. And look, you want to know who's a good example of that, CP? Last year, January 1st, who joins the team for the first time? OG Anunoby. Doesn't know the playbook. What does he do? He impacts the game both ways, offensively and defensively. Like, we've seen this before where it doesn't take much, all right? It just doesn't. Deuce, who was trying to figure out his offense last season, right? Think about the progression that he had over the course of last year before we got to the playoffs and how needed he was against the Sixers for his offense. But you know what always stands out is his defense. As soon as he joined this team, defensively, you just saw it pop off the screen. You saw that he was willing to compete and fight. And I just need to see that. And it's not just Bridges, man. It's everybody.
It's everybody.
You know what I mean? Like, it's everybody at this point because it's not just one person. One person defensively is not going to change everything. It's defense. I get it's a team game, but defense is a collective. If someone's slacking, it's going to hurt everybody else because now you got to rotate, because now you got to play extra, because now you got to be out of position. And then what happens when you're out of position and you cause your teammate to be out of position? It gives an easy basket for the opposing team. We just can't be having that, man.
Yeah.
And so stuff of that nature is just stuff that can be corrected, and it needs to get corrected sooner rather than later.
Yeah, big facts, man. 99-98. Knicks escape the QC with the W. Shout out to the Road Warriors that were heavy in the Spectrum Center tonight, man. If you guys were in the building in Charlotte, call us up, man, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Let us know how the experience was, because they were loud in there, man. They were definitely loud in there. Also, people in the chat, let us know how the audio is. I'm hearing if you guys just refresh your webpage, if you're watching on YouTube, if you refresh or jump in, jump out, jump back in, you should be good. Not sure what the issue is, but just keep us honest here so that we make sure the listening experience is good for you guys. Shout out to, let's get to some super chats. $10 super chat from the Rhyme Animal. Chuck D says, no bum days or nights. This team doesn't need blowouts. It needs identity and accountability, checks and strategy tests. They are too polite. Yeah, man, they're too soft, man. This will change. There is no team without communication. No team defense without communication. Absolutely, man. All facts from the Rhyme Animal. Chuck D. They don't play with an edge.
You need it, man. And that's the thing that we've been, that was the one thing we could say that Thibs brought back as soon as he became the head coach, is that there's always been tenacity. It's been ugly, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this defense was like, no one wanted to face this defense. You already knew what it was going to be. You knew it was going to be a battle. It's like offense wasn't falling, metal bats were coming out. The everything, quarters in your hand. You know what I mean? It's like all that stuff. Brass knuckles were coming out. You knew it was going to be a dogfight defensively, and it just feels like we've lost that edge. And I get that this is probably a more finesse team. It's obviously more of an offensive-driven team. But when your offense isn't going, what's going to happen? And offense can come and go.
True.
Defense can stay. Like,
True.
And we see that. Let's look at even, you want to go, the guys who we're trying to compete against, the Boston Celtics. And they're going to be brought up a lot because this team was constructed to go against them.
Yeah.
They are the reigning champs. They are who we're trying to surpass at this point. And when you can look at Jason Tatum, who didn't shoot that well in the postseason, but defensively he was always there. You can't knock him for that. Like, and that's what the rest of the team did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Defensively, like, they have to be there. Offense is all cute in games. It's fun. It's exciting. But, like, you can even look at the Pacers, and, like, you could even say for last year, the Pacers got whatever. They faced a Bucks team that was going through it, Knicks team that got battered with injuries, and then they made it close, but the Celtics weren't fully healthy. But the one thing the Celtics did better than the Pacers would play defense. And so I just got to harp on it, man, because I get it. Once again, a win's a win. Yeah. I totally understand that. But it's just defense, man. This should have been in, like, what we saw against the Wizards, what it should have been tonight. This should have been an easy game. Like, truly.
Shouldn't have been a struggle.
And I know what people are going to say, oh, they were traveling. You got to count in for all this. But you hear even all former players, even guys who, would just joke on the Knicks like Richard Jefferson. They're not doing the back-to-backs that they're doing. They're giving more space.
Yeah.
Well, like they're given the ability to make traveling easy for these guys. And I get that they're away. You're at the end of a road trip, this, that, and the third. But
Yep.
how are you ending the road trip after just having an embarrassing loss? We're on national television to the Dallas Mavericks, and you don't want to turn it up.
Yeah.
Like you should be
Almost
on
got embarrassed,
1,000
man.
at this point to saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, I got to get out here. We got to prove a point. We ain't no punks."
Yeah. Let's go to Kareem the Dream on the Discord. Kareem, unmute your mic. Kareem the Dream on the Discord. Going once? All right, we do not have Kareem the Dream. We're going to load up some more people. LD on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. LD. All right, do we have LD here? Don't got LD. Okay. Let's get to the phones, man. 347. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, what's going on, CP? It's John Lubriel, man.
Hey, how you doing? John, what's good, man? John Lobriel in the building. How you feeling, bro?
How's it going, man? Shout out to you, shout out to Alex.
Yep.
Everybody knows, like, share, subscribe. So I'm actually down in Charlotte, so I just left the arena a little bit ago.
Yeah, man. How was the vibe?
Good. MSG South as always, but there was a lot of tension amongst the Knicks fans because this was supposed to be a bum night.
Yeah.
Like, I came down here to go visit my mom for Happy Thanksgiving, took her down to the Knicks game, and she's like, "Aren't we supposed to be pounding this team?" I never remember the Charlotte Hornets being good. I was like, that's how when it's supposed to happen. But I was just surprised as to the performance, especially after the embarrassing loss that we had on against the Dallas Mavericks. I'm just like, where's the defense? And
Yeah.
I'm trying to give this team enough patience. I usually don't like to give my analysis after 25 games out, but it's starting to become apparent, just like what Alex said earlier. I think we're more of an offensive-minded team, which is weird to say under a Thibs coach team, but it's getting kind of concerning that we even need to be in these dogfights against teams that we should be absolutely destroying, especially when the standard that we're trying to chase is the Boston Celtics, right? Because this is not giving me a lot of confidence going into those top tier teams that we need to get to where we want to get to.
Yeah. Like, the Jazz game, the Dallas game, and this game, it just felt like these teams, these young athletic teams, sometimes they have the edge. And Knicks are just missing that edge, man. They're missing that punch. I mean, how many times, like Diabate, all these guys just scrapping and skying for offensive rebounds. And I just hope that's not a trend that persists throughout the season. Hope I'm wrong. We'll have to wait and see, man. But, John, definitely appreciate the call, man.
Yeah. Appreciate the call, man. Thanks
Yes,
a lot.
sir.
Take care, everyone. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving.
Likewise, man. Shout out to Quentin Osborne, $5 super chat says, honestly, boys, a dub is a dub. Let's go, baby. Yeah, well, listen, we'll take it. We'll take another in-season tournament NBA Cup victory here. Undefeated in the NBA Cup. All sights on Vegas to win something. But still, man, again, we just want to see some positive signs. And look, all these guys want to cover for Mikal Bridges. The bottom line is he got benched in the fourth quarter. So clearly the coach is seeing something that's not right. The guy got benched in the fourth quarter. So he can talk all that talk that he's got to get acclimated. He's got this. He wasn't there for them in the fourth.
And does that say anything to you, CP? Because when, like, this is very early, like in the season, 19 games in, Bridges getting benched. We saw Deuce close the game, rightfully so. Deuce made so many. Shout out to Deuce, man. He made so many impactful plays today.
Yeah.
So many impactful plays. Like, the 14 may not jump off the board, but those 14 felt like freaking 40 tonight. I don't know about you, because every time we needed something, a steal, whether it's a steal for a dunk in transition, whether it's a knockdown three, all those things were just like they were at the right time when you needed to get that momentum going back. So shout out to Deuce, man, because that guy comes correct and ready. But this is where I'm getting at. You look at how he got benched in the fourth quarter, and Thibs is a guy who, leans on veterans and guys that he trusts. How much is he losing trust in Mikal Bridges right now? That's like the question I have, because this is against the Charlotte Hornets. And we've seen him play, like, even nights before where it's like, all right, go out there, go make sure that you work this thing out. Thibs is all about allowing these guys to work it out.
Yeah.
And in the fourth quarter, it's like, all right, I'm done with this. I've seen enough right now. I need Deuce because Deuce has earned it. Let him go out there and play. I just want to know how long it's going to take, man, because and I say this not to get on Bridges, but I say this as like sometimes as athletes, like you can have for athletes, they have that like the ego and the confidence are right there, man. Like you don't want to lose the guy. You want to make sure that you're encouraging him, you're giving him the leeway to earn that trust. Just remember, like, let's think about second season with Julius Randle under Thibs, right? I think it was that 2021 season.
Yeah.
I think it was that. Whenever Kemba and Fournier came here, right? 21, 22. That's what I'm thinking. Like, remember when Julius was like struggling those years, and everyone, even all of us, we'd be like, "Yo, what is going on here, man? Like, we obviously this guy does not have it. Pull him for somebody else." I remember the Pistons game that they won that year. It was just ugly, and everyone was just pissed. You know what I mean? Like, but he still gave Julius that leeway to go get it. Now I get that Randall was the only guy on the team, most improved, all-star. Like, I get those accolades, but Bridges is also still, an accomplished player. He's been in the league for quite some time. This is a guy who's been in the NBA Finals. We see what he can do offensively on Brooklyn. I'm just shocked that it's like at this point, like you benched him for the entire fourth quarter, and now you're putting Deuce in. And so, like, how is Thibs going to work this moving forward? How is he going to maintain Bridges' confidence? How is he going to make sure Bridges gets correct and on track?
Yeah,
especially defensively. These are the questions I have moving forward because you don't want to lose him. You still want him to be engaged. You still want him to be bought in, and you don't want him to be like so lost that it's like now he's a non-factor, right?
Kareem the Dream on the Discord. Kareem, let's go. Unmute your mic. Do we have Kareem? All right, let's go to Why Me. Kareem, you got to check out your Discord, man. Kareem, Why Me, let's go.
CP, I'm in the building. It's Why Me.
Let's go.
Make some noise. #1 show for the fans, by the fans. Make sure y'all always give love to CP and Alex for what they do every game, night in and night out. No matter what we do on the court, CP and Alex is the most consistent. Y'all already know.
Yep.
CP, I was in the building tonight. This afternoon. It felt like night because it was dark in there. I don't know. I mean, okay, maybe we make too much of this. You know what I'm saying? We as basketball fans, we not out there on the court. Maybe we just putting too much on the team, right? No, I don't want to think like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we paying for a product. But at the end of the day, they started out slow. I was looking for LaMelo. Brandon Miller was off. LaMelo wasn't even playing. Like, how we playing like that?
LaMelo would have dropped 50 on him.
LaMelo would have bodied us, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but okay, listen, I'm a scale back because this is this is just basketball that ebbs and flows. But Mikal Bridges, I don't know. It looked like Todd Bridges out there playing basketball. Bro, okay. What I think he needs to focus on is just going to the basket and getting to the foul line.
Okay.
No more shimmy shoulder basket trying to get to the lane. We don't want to see that. Just go straight directly to the basket, like one dribble to the basket, take 2 steps, and just try to lay it up and get fouled. Get to the line, get a rhythm. I think that's what it is. But I was pleased to see Jalen Brunson take over the game. He scored the 8 to 10 points that was necessary for us to win. And it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just what it is. But we can't play like this. Towns was looking bad. Diawara, whatever his name is, he was like out there looking like Dennis Rodman, bro.
Yeah.
So
he was, man.
All right. Maybe we just make it too much of this. It's a holiday season. Everybody should chill, right? We all ate and all of that. You know, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully when we go back home, they get in their beds, they figure out what's going on, they look up at the ceiling and they like, all right, we need to play better. Yeah. That's it. I'm out. Make some noise. It's your man, Why Me, CP. Yes, I love y'all.
Why Me, peace. Man. Appreciate the call. Why Me on the Discord, 1,100 people on the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat, man, wherever you guys are watching from. Like, share, and subscribe. Throw your cities, throw your state, throw your countries in the chat. Let us know where you guys are tapping in from. We had Knicks Nation out there in Charlotte heavy. We just heard back-to-back callers who were in the building tonight filling up the Spectrum Center. Let us know where you guys are tapping in from. Call us up, 657-383-1509. Right now, we are live on YouTube, on Bleacher Report, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So shout out to you guys, man. He mentioned, Mikal Bridges getting to the free throw line. Well, today he went 1 for 2 from the line. He had 2 attempts. But that was the first 2 attempts that he's had in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. My man had not gotten to the free throw line in 8 games prior to today.
Wow.
8 games.
Oh, man. 8 games.
8 games, bro.
Boy,
so,
man.
you know, just got to step it up, man. This is New York. Like, this is not Phoenix. This is not Brooklyn. This is not New Jersey. Got to step it up.
Yeah. All eyes are on you.
Yeah, all eyes, man. Let's try LD. LD on the Discord. Let's go. Do we have LD? All right, LD and Kareem not really hitting on the Discord tonight. All right, so we'll drop them off. We'll get Ari loaded up here, and we'll go to 202 on the phones. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Ishan from D.C.
Salute.
By way of Harlem. Just saying what's up.
Yes, sir. How you feeling?
Yeah. Hey, I'm tight like everybody else. This is an ugly win, without question. But I think we have a structural issue, right? And I think that we don't really have a power forward, right? Like a true power forward. OG is phenomenal, but he's not a power forward at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know? And so even in our wins, we're struggling when it comes to rebounds.
Yep.
And so if we're struggling when it comes to rebounds, we're not going to win. We're just not going to win. So we have to figure that out. I love Josh Hart giving us 8 rebounds or what have you per game, but
Hart and Towns got a rebound for everybody. You had OG and Bridges combined for 6 rebounds. So Hart got a rebound for everybody, man.
That's right. That's right. I mean, OG can't be out there blocking shots and doing all the things that he does.
Yeah.
And getting rebounds, right? So
it's a good point.
To figure that part out when it's all said and done. I think once we figure that out, once we get our full complement of players back with Mitch and Precious back, then we can figure it out a little bit. But right now, we're still shorthanded, and it's the rebounds that are our main issue.
Yeah.
And also not getting calls today, which was driving me up the wall.
Yeah, some of the calls were a bit egregious. I agree with you on that for sure.
Indeed.
For sure, man.
All right, anyway, that's all I got to say. Thank you so much.
Happy Thanksgiving, bro.
CP Alex, keep holding it down.
Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Stay up, man.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir. All right, we got Ari on the Discord. Ari, go ahead and unmute your mic. Ari, going once. Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of you guys on the Discord are not able to get through. All right, we'll drop Ari off and get some guys in here. Hang tight. I know Kareem Rosales sent a super chat. He says, Discord trying to stop me from being great. Benjamin Mikal in the 4th made the difference. He'll figure it out, but I'm encouraged by Thibs trusting Deuce. Yeah, at the end of the day, Thibs got to go with the hot hand, man. That was Deuce. Deuce and Payne really gave the bench and overall the team a lift, especially in the second half, man. The starters were just getting cooked. Deuce and Payne, bro.
I mean, what was it? When we took I think we took the lead in the second quarter, it was off of a campaign, knocking down a 3, and then Knicks started to work it back. Or maybe they just tied the game. Looks like they just tied the game at that point. But yeah, man, Campaign and Deuce McBride, they're looking like a solid backcourt for that bench, man. It's nice because you have Campaign who's now facilitating and working pretty well, right? And then you have Deuce who's just, you know what he does on and off ball, and also his scoring has just improved. So they're a nice tandem, man. I can't wait to get the entire bench back. It's nice to see Mitchell Robinson joining the team on these trips too. So you know that he's working, he's getting close to getting back on the court. And then Precious, you know, when you get those 2 guys back, I think it will help this team, especially defensively. So I'm looking forward to when those guys come back and what the second unit looks when you have all 4 of those guys.
Yeah, there you go, man. All right, so let's get to some more callers. STG Knick on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. STG Knick.
What's up, CP? What's up, Alex? How you guys doing?
How you doing, man?
What up?
Happy Thanksgiving,
Pretty good.
bro.
Thank you. By the way, Alex, I called in last week. I met you last year when we were up there in Boston. I went to BU. We talked it up after the game in North Station.
Salute to you, Nick. Salute to you. How you doing?
Pretty good. So I just had a few quick points I wanted to bring up. Definitely was a little nervous there with the slow start again, because that is back-to-back games we've seen a slow start, and especially today. I was hoping we'd start off better after getting beat up pretty bad last game. I don't know if it's a 12 o'clock start. Don't love making excuses like that. And with that slow start, I definitely saw a lot of turnovers there. We finished the game with 21. I don't know if that's a season high, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Obviously, the one to end the first half there with Mikal just giving it up. But also, there was some others just kind of, I don't want to say boneheaded turnovers, but definitely sloppy turnovers.
Yeah, no question about it. And it was 20 turnovers, Allen gave up 31 points over those turnovers. Is that the stat?
Pulling it up right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, off of those turnovers. My internet's running a little slow.
Okay,
So
all right.
Just be patient.
You on the AOL dial-up joint, 56K.
Hey, man, look, AOL back in the day, you got mail. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, a total of 21 turnovers for 31 points.
31 points. Okay. Yeah.
31
not good.
points off of 21 turnovers. Good Lord.
Not good. Not good. But hey, they got the win. Got away with it. And
they got away with it.
You move on to play the Pelicans on Sunday. So they got Sunday Pelicans final in-season tournament NBA Cup game against the Magic on Tuesday. Keep it pushing from there, man. Try to just notch off some wins and catch up in the East. All right, Femme from Brooklyn. Go ahead and unmute your mic, Femme. Do we have Femme going once? Okay, I see he's unmuting his mic on the Discord, but we don't have audio from Femme, so we'll drop him off. Tone on the Discord, go ahead and unmute your mic. Tone, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Man, we got to stop with these games where these no-name players be just killing us, man.
Yeah.
It's like almost like you got to go to Prize Pick and just take the over on all these no-name players.
Underdog. You got to go to Underdog. Use our code KFTV, man.
Underdog. You got to go to Underdog, man, and get the over on all these unknown players because it's crazy. Every game is always somebody that just kills us. That's like a no-name to us. Like I was looking at the game today. I'm like, who is all these players besides Miller?
Yeah,
like,
man.
I don't know what happened to him.
Simpson had himself a game. This guy Mitchich was just out here navigating and 8 assists for Mitchich. You know, Brandon Miller's Brandon Miller,
man,
but yeah, man. Diabate,
it's
11
wow,
rebounds.
man. Bridges got to step up, man. I think his confidence is shot right now, man. He got to do something. He got to step up, man, because he's playing like terrible, man. It's crazy, man. With OG, man, I love OG, man, and he's baby Kawhi. We all get that. But please, on the offseason, bro, work on your handles, bro. You fall every game, get picked every game so easily. You don't have to have the greatest handles. Just have a normal, decent handle to control the ball, bro.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like he just get picked so easily, and it's killing me. I'm like, bro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but just build on this game, man. It's good to see they get a tough one out. So that builds confidence to, next going forward, if we in these situations again, we should be able to be good. Hopefully next time we just blow the team out completely.
Yeah.
But, that's pretty much it, man.
Okay. Yeah, man. All good, man. Stay up and enjoy the weekend. Call back anytime, man. It's Tone on the Discord. All right, here was Thibs on Mikal Bridges Al meeting with the media after the game. Here's what Thibs had to say. Let's hear what he got to say here. Here we go.
Like, look, Mikal's gonna be fine. If he were a rookie, I would be worried because you don't know, who the rookie is really. There's not a body of work. We know Mikal has body work. So, like, look, Mikal.
Yeah, he's right there. He is right. He has a body of work. He has a resume, which is why, I'm going to continue to be patient. But, he's struggling, man. He's struggling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident that he can turn it around, too. It's not – I don't think this is a completely permanent thing, but it is – I won't say that it's not concerning. I won't say that it's not like we're just calling it as it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just going to walk by and say, oh, look, everything's fine, perfect, and dandy, because it's not. When we're talking about Bridges, but I think he could turn it around. But it's just going to take time for him to work on it and get accustomed to it. I mean, even Steph, when we talked to Steph when he joined the show, talked about the difference between him and McBride, right? And I think you pointed out earlier how McBride will fight around screens where Bridges will go underneath. And you talk about the tenacity. It's starting to switch that mindset. Maybe he's been coached to do that for most of his time period. Mm-hmm. He's got to switch that now being on this team. And that takes some time. But you still there's other things that shouldn't take time like the effort we're talking about.
Yeah.
Stuff of that nature. Positioning. That shouldn't take too much time. Like giving up the guy like the angle to go attack the room or just get into the lane. That you shouldn't have to be coached on. You've done this long enough. Stuff like that is concerning, but I think you can still get it corrected.
Well, what was not concerning was Jalen Brunson, man. Captain Clutch, 31 points tonight, saving his team from embarrassment. 11 points in the fourth. And here was JB after the game. This is courtesy of MSG talking to Alan Hahn and Tyler. Here we go.
I mean, we stuck together. They were fighting the entire game, and so you got to give them a lot of credit. They came ready to play. I mean, we found a way in the fourth quarter to get some stops, make some buckets, and make a couple free throws. Not all of them, but a couple.
Jalen, when it comes to just mentality in this game, because it's the end of a long road trip, it's an afternoon start, you saw the way the game started. Was there any type of discussion about it, or did there not need to be one when the fourth quarter started and the game was still right there to be had?
I mean, we shouldn't have to, but I mean, there's definitely a discussion, and that we need to be ready to play. We got to be a team that comes out ready to play every single game. That has to be our mentality, that has to be our mindset. There's no excuses about it, and so we're still we're trying to get our way towards that. But it's a long season, and we're going to keep working to get there.
You had some big defensive stops that kind of sparked the run. How are you able to have such a big defensive impact? What was the difference on that end of the court for you? I
mean, we had to find a way, and it was a grinded out game. Like I said, early start, and we didn't come ready to play from the jump, and but we finally got some plays that stuck together, and just found a way.
So you've played technically 5 road games. But still, this game, when you heard the crowd turn it up in the fourth quarter, and it sounded like, wait a minute, we're on defense, and the crowd is chanting defense. What is that like when you guys play on the road and you get that kind of noise in your favor?
There's no fan base like ours. Our fan base is the most ridiculous, most relentless group of fans in the entire world, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
All right, there's Jalen Brunson, man, saluting MSG South, saluting the fans, and putting the team on his back, Al. Just needed to. You could tell he had that sense of urgency, especially in the second half. And like Tyler mentioned there, saw some defense from Jalen Brunson, man. Getting active hands, turning over, generating steals. But just in his bag, man, all 3 levels to really lead this team. Great job by Captain Clutch today, bro.
Absolutely. Yo, who was it on? Was it on Josh Green who we put in a blender?
Yeah, he put Josh Green on skates. He did. He did.
Man. And then Josh Green's like, no, I got to foul you because I don't want to be that embarrassed.
Yeah. And that should have been a flagrant. That definitely should have been a flagrant, man.
He's grabbing his arm like that's not an issue. Like you could seriously hurt somebody doing that. But yo, Brunson in that fourth quarter. Can we talk about this fourth quarter for a second? Because in under 7 minutes, all right? He scored 11 points, shot 60% from the field, okay? Like, he was getting to his spots. He knew what he needed to do, man. And then he still, like, he didn't even rack 1 assist. Obviously, he was passing during those times, but still, the fact that he just knew, all right, I gotta take over. Yeah. This is the captain, man. This is what you want from your captain, where you say, hey, I've gotten everybody else involved. I've been trying to get everybody involved. This is just reading the game and saying, you know what? It's getting too close for comfort. I'm the captain. I'm the leader. I'm the guy who closes in crunch time. It's time for me to take over. It's time for me to get this job done. And that's exactly what he did tonight. And so, look, man, Brunson's a dog. I'm liking this. I like to see this side of Brunson, right? Took him some time to figure out how to balance the playmaking and the scoring. Now it seems like it's all coming through. And tonight, man, look, still an ugly one, but this is the stuff that you want to see out of your top dog.
Yeah, no question about it, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Like, share, and subscribe. KFTV's post-game live is in the building. We're going to get to our key stats of the night in just a moment. Bleacher Report, we're going to drop you guys off, and we will see you guys next week. So salute to everybody watching on the Bleacher Report side. We will tap in with you guys on the next one. Salute to you guys. Okay, let's load up the key stats of the night here, Al. Brought to you guys by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Let's get to it, because this was very, very interesting here, and it would help if I had my graphic up. So I'm ready. All right, let's go, man. CP on rookie time here. Let's get this.
Because you're in Studio B, isn't it?
Yeah. It's one of those things, man. I got to get my act together, man. We had a little audio snafu earlier. You know, It's Thanksgiving, man. I had some leftover Thanksgiving food, man. I'm working slowly. There you go. Working slow.
What'd you make? Did you make a sandwich? You just made yourself your fourth plate?
We're gonna get to the menu, man. We're gonna get to Thanksgiving. We got a lot to talk about. All right, so the key stat.
What is it?
Yeah.
We got Cooking with CP coming up. Is that it?
Yes. Another episode of Cooking with Franchise is definitely on the way. All right, so let's get to the key stats of the night, man. Brought to you guys by DraftKings Sportsbook, Al. And Knicks shooting 44% from the field compared to 40 for the Hornets. 37% from downtown. They go 12 of 32 from downtown. Hornets going 31%. You had the free throw battle. They missed four free throws, so they shot 78% from the field. They did win the rebounding battle, although they let up 14 offensive rebounds to the Charlotte Hornets. 20-25, they lost the assist battle, but this was one of the keys, man. 21 turnovers led to 31 Charlotte Hornet points, and then the Knicks won the paint battle 44-28. Largest lead for the Knicks was 6. Largest lead for Charlotte, 10. What you think, man?
Things that stood out to me tonight, especially the turnovers, was just like the number one thing. I mean, you have 19 turnovers. Yeah. That's just so far and away from Knicks basketball. This is like a low turnover team, and to see them just be so out of sync was just crazy. That's the one thing that stood out first and foremost to me. Also, the rebounding battle. I felt like the rebounding battle was a little too close for comfort in this one.
Yeah.
44-39. I felt like just who you're going against, they should have just been able to dominate the boards. That was one thing that stood out to me as well. But other than that, everything else kind of just checks out. I mean, you want to see this team get out a little bit more in the fast break and score better, but honestly, the way that they were just turning over the ball, trying to push the pace, it's better that they just try to slow it down and work the clock and just work each and every possession. But Knicks did everything else that they're supposed to do, man. Points in the paint, 44-28. It was really just the turnovers for tonight that really threw everything off. And then nice to see them bounce back shooting threes, man.
Yeah, no question about it, man. Just got to cut down. Some of those turnovers are just careless. That's the key term. Careless turnovers. I mean, they started the game off with 4 turnovers in the first quarter. So I don't know if is it the 12 o'clock start? I don't know what it is, but they had and 2 of those 4 turnovers were shot clock violations. So I thought that was interesting too. And one thing, man, we talk about Mikal Bridges' boneheaded turnover. That boy Karl Anthony Towns, man, he is the king of boneheaded turnovers, man. I mean, between the offensive fouls, the stupid fouls, yeah, Towns sometimes will just have you pulling your hair out, man, because he can be very, very frustrating when it comes to those silly turnovers, man.
CP, 11 turnovers in the first half for the Knicks, and the 2 Town screens that were called fouls. I'm like, what? Like, why? Like, why?
What are you doing?
The first one was he was shoved the guy. I'm like, why are you even shoving at that point? Like, there's no need to shove the dude's shoulder, which then knocked Brunson over inadvertently. And it's like, let's just tone it back a little bit. And then he was essentially like an offensive lineman, just pushing the dude out of the way. I was like, bro, what's going on here?
Can't make it up, man. So anyway, hey, got the win. And they keep it pushing, man. As we said, ladies and gentlemen, the key stats of the night is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. If this is your first time playing on DraftKings, man, new customers bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets using our code KFTV. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, hit the code, use the code KFTV, and you get $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-7-HOPE-NY. Or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Remember to play responsibly. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. And remember, bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ B-ball. All right, let's get to some more people, man. Femme from BK. Femme, how you feeling, bro? Do we have Femme on the Discord this time?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you now. Got you.
Salute, salute, salute. Hit that like button. I'm coming from the building, CP, just at the Spectrum Center.
Okay, how was it, man? How was the vibe, man?
Fans in the building, but like you said, there was a lot of nervousness in the building, too. There was MVP chants for Brunson when he was at the line. I heard a lot of Deuce chants. So, we take over MSD South, so it's awesome.
Yeah.
But let me talk about this game. I walked out that building. I mean, a win is a win, but the Hornets definitely had more hustle in their game than we did, so that was really disappointing. You talked about Miles McBride checking in for Mikal Bridges at the end, so I think that really said something. And I'm curious, just UNCP and Alex, your opinions. Like, we're getting at almost 20 games, so we're getting to sample size territory. I'm thinking what you guys think about the general trajectory of our team. Like, I do think we'll turn it around. Like, we got 3 more quarters of the season left to go, but salute to KFTV. I saw a couple people at the stadium with KFTV hats, so we take over. And shout out to the show. Hit that like button, subscribe, and shout out to the sponsors too. So thanks for taking my call.
Salute to you, man. Yeah, KFTV was in there heavy. The Road Warriors represented us very well. And look, it is 20 games in. It's hard to say the trajectory until they get the squad fully healthy, man. What do you think, Al?
It's tough, man. It's so close to being fully healthy. I think, once you get Precious back, you'll have more clarity of where this team can go. But, I don't know. It's tough because offensively, it's still early in the season, but we're talking about a top 3 offense. So, you can't, that's there. And I guess the only thing I could take away from that is that the offense could only get better, even since it is early in the season. Once Bridges figures out his shot and his rhythm offensively, this team's going to look totally different. I think I just need to see the defense, man. It's too early. It's not necessarily too early. It's still too. I don't even know what the right term is. It's the team is just not fully healthy. I don't even know what defensively this team will look like. I feel like Mitchell Robinson and Precious will help, and I just need to see how that will look when they just join the roster. And it's just too hard to even, because I know it's not going to be looking like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, for the rest of the season, roster construction wise. So I don't even know. I truly don't even know.
Offensively, they'll be fine, and like you said, they have room to grow. And offensively, there's going to be nights where they're a juggernaut. I still have issues with their over-reliance on jumpers and not enough skill set when it comes to attacking the basket. One of the callers talked about OG's handles. That gets dicey. I love how Hart attacks the rim. Towns sometimes forgets that he gets a smaller guy on him. He should have been dominating in the paint. Karl-Anthony Towns should have had 70 points tonight, feasting on these guys. Taj Gibson is guarding you sometimes. That, again, you stepping on the outside. It becomes to the point where it's Brunson, in this game, was the most reliable person to get you something within 3 feet of the basket.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I don't like that with the offense. We just talked about Mikal Bridges. He went 300 minutes prior to today's game without a free throw. It's not gonna be Deuce. It's not gonna be campaign. So how are you guys getting to the free throw? Who's attacking the basket? That to me is a challenge. And then defensively, it's all about the front court help. How will Mitch and Precious impact this team defensively? They have to curtail the rebounds, more rim protection, and just more nasty, more edge, more physicality. That won't be known until those guys get back and get this team in a flow.
It's just so hard, man. To even because the other thing too is the starters still have to play deep. I just can't believe Bridges is going to look like this for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Let's even go back with two seasons ago when Isaiah Hartenstein joined the team, right? Remember how poor he looked defensively when he joined this team? And then as soon as Mitch went down, I think we were around February, January, was it January, February? It's he flipped a switch and defensively figured it out. So that type of example gives me hope that Bridges will figure things out. And if he figures things out, especially on the perimeter, then the starting 5 defense is not going to look as bad as it is. You know what I mean? Like you won't have to have a heavy reliance on Towns being that safety valve, because if Bridges and OG are guarding the perimeter, especially with Josh Hart too, at the high level I know that they can, and make it physical and tough, then you're not going to have these like guys just, waltzing down the lane and just getting easy layups or just floaters or whatever it may be. It's just so hard to figure out. And there's just still like, I know 20 game, like we go by a 20 game mark for like lineup wise, like what we want to see and like what tweaks they need to be made otherwise. But this team is also not in a position right now where it was like when we had Evan Fournier and you needed Quentin Grimes, or even last year where you have RJ and Grimes, like just guys going back and forth, and you're like, what, we really got to do something in here. Grimes, you're out, trade RJ and quick to get OG in here. It's still like this team is essentially set. Like there's not going to be a big trade or big moves to do. There's no one that you can go to the bench at this point and be like, hey, you get in here now.
Yeah.
Like even with Bridges struggling, I just can't imagine Deuce being in that starting 5. I just can't see that happening. And so at this point, everything's got to happen within. And I think these guys can find themselves and can dig deep and can like solve a lot of these issues. It's just at this point, like it's just going to take some more time. And I know that's not what people want to hear, because after 20 games we see in the past, you see all those changes. But it's just so hard, man. And on top of, as we already discussed, guys coming back. What do you need? Like, I guess the thing I'm going to ask you is, what is, out of all those things that we talk about, right? What's the immediate thing that you want to see right now? Is it the defense? Is it just Mikal alone? Or like what? What's the thing that you need to see right now change?
They just have to be able to lock in defensively, man. And I'm not sure if this 5 as a unit can do that, which still underscores, people are saying like, oh man, we're relying on Precious and Mitch to be saviors. That's not it. But it's more how they integrate these guys and the rotations that they utilize with these guys to help get rebounds and help defend. Doesn't have to be, that you're relying on these guys like these guys are going to be everything, but maybe their additions can just help shore up the little things that this starting 5 seems to be missing when it comes to defense, rebounding, and hustle stats. That's what I'll say.
The hustle stats definitely could be there,
Yeah.
And that's just energy.
Yeah.
That's really just energy.
Yeah.
And from this whole, let's even take it a bigger step, CP. From this whole road trip that you saw, we go get the Nuggets and Phoenix win as like great wins, but then you'll get the Jazz game, you'll get the Dallas game, and now you'll get tonight. And you're like, ugh. What do you make out of this entire road trip?
3-2 on the road trip. It's a mixed bag. I mean, the Denver win was certainly great. It was a great win, any way you slice it. They beat that Denver team. That they were short. They were down Aaron Gordon, but they had everybody. They had the Joker. They had Murray. That was a great win. But the Utah, the Dallas, and this, even though this was a win, it just felt like a continuing trend. We talked about it on the last post game where these more athletic teams just beat these guys to the punch. And that's concerning. That was even coming into this road trip that they were kind of carrying that, like the loss to the Rockets, the Pacers. Those scrappy athletic teams kind of give this team fits, and that is kind of concerning. So, but overall, look, they went 3-2. They did what they needed to do. And you get home with a win, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Shout out to Mo Fire in the chat. He says, CP, I got my snapback, man. I'm stunting on him today. Shout out to Mo Fire, man. It's on Black Friday, and he is stunting on him. And for everybody in the chat, man, remember about our Black Friday sale at shop.KnicksFanTV.com. Use code KFT. No, use code THANKS. I'm so used to using the code KFTV. Use code THANKS for 20% off on our Black Friday sale, man. So shout out to everybody who's been on the shop site. I see Michael Kelly's on here, Joseph Chiarelli, Kai Washington just copping his merch. Shout out to Ajane Harris as well, and Jason Bargava, man. Jason is a frequent shopper at the KFTV merch store, man. So shout out to you guys. Remember, use code THANKS for 20% off with the code. Give thanks, man. Give thanks for Thanksgiving. Now, how was your Thanksgiving, by the way, man?
It was good. Are we getting to that portion of the show? Is that it?
Yeah. Why not? Why not, man? How was Thanksgiving, man? Did you cook or did you not cook, man?
No, I brought the dessert.
Speaking of which, before we get into Thanksgiving, I brought up his name, and he's in the IG Live. The Mitchell Robinson, the Block Nest Monster, is on IG. He's throwing up the deuces, man. Happy Thanksgiving to the Block Nest Monster. See, the Block Nest Monster taps in. He's a friend of the program, man. They didn't believe me. Mitch is us. He's Team KFTV, man.
Shout out to Mitch, man. Need to see you back on the court soon.
Yeah, speedy recovery. Mitch was in Charlotte with the team on the bench, and he's rehabbing slowly, man. So hopefully he gets back to speedy recovery. Okay, back to the Thanksgiving, bro. Did you cook? What did you have on the menu, man?
Look, man, I didn't cook. I brought the dessert. Brought the apple and pumpkin pie. All right, gotta bring 2 options with vanilla ice cream. All right.
Okay.
That's the only way you gotta do it. But look, we had the mac and cheese. You had the Brussels sprouts with bacon. We had the chicken. We got the turkey. Man, it was a full smorgasbord. My wife made, she makes this very nice cranberry sauce, so she did that.
Okay.
We had a lot of good stuff on the table, man. There was a lot of things. Oh my God. We had corn souffle.
Did you go Jamaican style, Greek or American? Was it more of like American Thanksgiving?
It's American, man. Okay. It's American. All right. It would be cool. Actually, that's a good idea. Do some Jamaican and Greek fusions. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a good. That'd be good shaking it up. But
it's your Thanksgiving, man. You make the rules, man.
It's good. How was yours, though? What did you do? How was it?
It's fantastic.
How was yours Thanksgiving? What did you cook? Did you make the CP famous mac and cheese?
Always. It's a tradition, unlike any other. The mac and cheese was solid. It was fantastic. I spent some great time with the family. Family came through. It's always a good time, man. Just sitting at the table. My parents, my sister, my aunt, my lady, little man who's enjoying it, having a party, nephews and everything. So It's nice, man. Just to kick back and enjoy that family time. That's what Thanksgiving is for me, man. Just really just enjoying the time, Giants got smoked. I gladly skipped it in the second half. I skipped the game.
It was on my television, too. I was watching all the football games.
I had to get back to the bottle. Skip the game. The menu, fantastic. So we do Jamaican everything, man. Thanksgiving, Christmas, we do a little bit of everything. So we had the turkey, but we had the jerk turkey.
I was about to say, it has to be jerk chicken, I'm hoping.
Had the jerk turkey. You know what I'm saying? Then mom busts it down with the oxtail. Boom. Curry goat. You know what I'm saying? With the mac. White rice and rice and peas. Whatever you're into. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're into.
Do you have callaloo?
Nah, we had string beans. We'll skip that, man. So skip all that. We don't need to go healthy on Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving, man. You know what I mean? It's Thanksgiving, where we celebrate excess. You know what I mean? Who needs the greens?
The amount of butter that's used on Thanksgiving. Let me tell you, there was no shortage of butter that was used in any of these any of these dishes that was
celebrate
eaten,
excess.
So, I made sure I fell asleep right afterwards, and then I woke up and I was like, oh, gotta fix me a second. This is the question I got for the chat. How many of you had more than one plate?
More than one plate.
That's the true Thanksgiving way. How many plates did y'all have?
Yeah, more than one plate, man.
3?
Absolutely.
How many you have, CP? You had 2?
Yeah, I had about 2.
About 2.
About
that doesn't
2.
sound like 2.
Some good dessert. I had the apple pie. We had the apple pie. We had an Oreo cheesecake. My sister came through with cornbread and Oreo cheesecake. Yeah, we were getting it cracking, bro. We don't play
Oreo cheesecake?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
we going real fancy over here.
Yeah, I'll invite you to the next one, man. If you're in town, man, you come through, man. Come to the franchise compound, man, and come hang out, man.
Oh man, I'll be down. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. All right. Let's get to some more people before we wrap and get to the weekend. See what's going on. Okay, I see Ari's back. So Ari, we're gonna close with you. So just hang tight. Let me get to the people on the phones and close that out. Then we get to the Discord. 704. This sounds like someone who was at the game. What's your name? Where you calling in from? 704. Are you there? All right, they're missing their cue. Hello. All right, this guy's doing something. I don't know. 336. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
That'd be me.
Yo, what's your name? Where you calling in from, man? Yep. You here?
I'm Maurice from North Carolina. I'm originally from Mount Vernon, New York.
Okay.
So, and I'm just representing. I went there for my peoples to the game today. in Charlotte and checked out the game. We had a good time. Man, I just wanted to say that it's first time calling in, so I'm very, very, very excited to speak to you, franchise. You the man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Franchise. It is franchise. It was your first time calling, man. Appreciate the call. Appreciate the love.
Oh, sorry, franchise. Sorry about that. Yeah, that game, Bridges, man, he looks totally lost, man. He was just kicking the ball out with ghost there. He not taking confidence in his shot. Then when you do shoot, that erratic jump shot is just off right now. So it's really, I'm glad that Coach Thibs pulled him and put in Deuce in there in the fourth quarter. We really needed that. And Deuce, man, we went with that inflammation knee. I'm glad he's back because it's definitely helping us a lot, man, for real.
Yeah, for sure, man. And definitely appreciate the call, appreciate the love. Stadium report, Al. So we had like 3 stadium reports already.
It's MSG. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm watching on TV. I'm just hearing Deuce. We had defense chants in this arena. In the Hornets arena. You know what I'm saying? Like this, MSG South is a legitimate thing. I mean, you could just hit up. All you got to hit up is Atlanta, Charlotte. Yeah. You go down to Miami. You go down to Orlando. Like you will hear. I mean, even this road trip in general was just so impressive with Knicks Nation showing up in Denver. That was even crazy.
Phoenix, they were heavy. The stadium report was heavy for Phoenix, man.
Knicks fans are everywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and you see them now loud and proud. Yeah. On all broadcasts. So that's amazing to see, man.
100%.
Amazing to see.
So once again, man, for you guys that are going to these games, even if it's at MSG, call us with your stadium check-in report and tag us on IG. We share a lot of the fans' pictures and videos and things of that nature. So make sure that you guys are collaborating with the community, and we will make sure that we will share it and tag you guys accordingly. Any of your game pictures, your game photos, videos, things of that nature, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to we got the Block Nest Monsters tapping in on the IG, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans, man. We try to tell the people, man. You know?
Shout out. That's crazy, man. Yeah. Mitch, right after the game, he's just showing you, like, you know.
Right after the game, he's in Charlotte, or maybe they're boarding a team plane. What's he doing?
Oh, you know, this is even brings up a bigger question, CP. If he's watching while he's with the team, who else is watching?
You never know who's watching, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans. You know, he could be doing anything right now. He could be doing his Snapchats. You know, looking into his trucks. He's tapping in with the guys, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans.
You think he's telling Bridges, who was on that trip with him right now, is like, yo, they're killing you right now.
Don't watch tonight. Don't watch tonight. 407. What's your name? Where you calling it from? 407.
407.
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Good,
we
man.
are in trouble.
Uh-oh. What's your name? Where you calling in from,
we
sir?
We are in trouble. Calling here in Orlando, Florida, but I'm from New York.
Okay.
We're definitely in trouble. Let me explain to you why we're in trouble.
Okay.
Because as good as this game was, we won by 1.
Yeah.
And when the offense is clicking, we're doing great. Here's our issue. Our issue is Mikal Bridges. That's our issue. Because if he was playing like the Mikal Bridges we thought he would be when we brought him in, we'd be fine. But here we are, sitting and waiting for the center, Robinson, to come back and our forward to come back, as if that's going to be our and believe it or not, that could be it. That could be what we need. We need some defense. We need some grit. We don't have it.
Yeah.
We're missing that grit.
Missing the grit,
But the point is, this doesn't even seem like a win. I mean, I'm glad we won.
Yeah.
Brunson came back. He came alive. I'm glad we won. But at the end of the day, this didn't feel like a win. This didn't feel like a win. You know what the biggest win was today?
Yeah.
The biggest win today was we heard in another arena Knicks fans going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That was the most exciting thing about this game today.
Yeah. That's true, man. Appreciate the call, man. Call back anytime. My man said we're in trouble. All right, man. 917. We'll close out the phones on 917 and then close out the Discord. 917, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, CP? How's it going, Alex?
Good, man. How you feel, man?
What up?
Great. Listen, man, I thought I was going to wake up at nice 10:30, cook myself a nice breakfast, quickly turn on the game, and watch us mop the floor with these G Leaguers. And I was pulling my damn hair out. I swear to God, this team can give the calmest of sports fans crazy anxiety.
Cardiac.
And I don't know how I'm going to do this for a full 82 games. I really don't.
Hey, man, you like us, man. It's Cardiac Knicks, man. It ain't for the faint of heart. It ain't for the faint of heart. Oh, and by the way, when we talk about fans and players, who saw Anthony Edwards just a couple of days ago?
Oh.
When the Minnesota Timberwolves, because they're having some problems too. Who won the cat trade? It's TBD, because on the Minnesota side, he's throwing his teammates under the bus. He's talking about we're no grown-ups in the locker room. We're not talking to each other. Fans are booing us. I can't believe it. And remember now, this was the same guy who during the preseason, when they asked him when they came to the Garden, they're like, yo, hey, you come to the Garden? He was like, nah, because y'all boo your players. Yeah. Hey, life comes at you fast there, Anthony Edwards, man. You know what I'm saying now?
Wow.
Life comes after you fast, man.
Hilarious. Isn't it hilarious how everybody likes to make Knicks fans? They like to make Knicks fans look like we're the only crazy bunch out there. It's so
ridiculous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting how Minnesota fans, I mean, you go on Twitter, it is like...
It's getting cooked.
It is like, they're on the complete opposite spectrums. I mean, whether you're talking about Julius, whoever, man, it is like love and hatred for this team. They want people out of here, this, that, and the third. I mean, if you just go over to Minnesota Timberwolves Twitter, all right, that's way too long to say.
Yeah.
You would think that it's like Knicks Twitter based on what everyone talks about.
They've
or
had
maybe
enough,
it's just that
man.
every fan base has that type of people in them.
Everyone. They always think it's us. You know, Richard Jefferson, remember that? Yeah, you guys hate y'all and all that nonsense. Like, bro, like, this is sports, man. Simple and plain.
Isn't that what you want out of your fans? Don't you want the passion? Don't you want them to be engaged?
Right.
That's what you need.
Anyway, we're good, man. We're Knicks fans. We're great. Uncle Magic on the Discord. Can I unmute your mic? Uncle Magic. Uncle Magic going once. Okay. Drop him off. Sayquizzy, go ahead and unmute your mic. Sayquizzy's always ready, man.
You can hear me?
Always ready, Sayquizzy, man. Let's go, man.
Today was like, we won, but it was like a bad W.
Yeah.
We played a bunch of G League players right now. Like, what, they got like 6 or 7 guys injured? Like, these games is like the games you're supposed to go in the building, blow them out, get a little rest day. But now we struggle to win. And like these next games we got is easy games, but the way the defense is looking, we might lose some. Like we could go like on a 5-game winning streak, but the way the defense is looking is terrible. Bridges can't shoot the ball. OG had a bad game today, but I ain't really gonna bash him because he been hot like the last other games he played. So the defense got to get better. Like I want Mitch and them to come back, but I think like the starting unit Thibs is gonna keep. Like we played Boston, like. You can't put in Robinson to help you. Like our defense gotta get better regardless if they play or not.
That's true.
Because this is bad. Like
yeah.
And then Bridges is not stepping up on offense or defense. He's getting cooked no matter who's playing. Lucky LaMelo Ball didn't play. He probably would have dropped 40 or 50 on him the way his defense looking.
Lucky, man.
But that's all I really got to say.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Stay up. Sayquizzy, man. Keeping it a bean. Quentin on the Discord. Is this Quentin Grimes? Quentin.
No. Hey, CP Alex, how y'all doing?
How you doing, man? Where you calling in from?
What up? Good. Calling from Maine. I called in a little bit ago. I don't know if you remember, but
yeah,
no, I just want to keep it rapid fire for y'all because I know you're trying to get out of here. But
okay.
Wondering if you think any of this Mikal issues have to do with him playing for New York. You know, I know he played for Brooklyn, but you know, New York, the Knicks are a different animal. It's a whole different spotlight. So I wonder if you think any of that has to do with it. And also, I was wondering if what you thought the biggest need of this team is right now, because I think it probably is like a backup wing, because like Hart and OG are playing way too many minutes.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the biggest need. But just want to keep it rapid fire for y'all, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Yeah, front court help, man. Mitch, Precious. I even think, to a lesser extent, Landry Shamet, because clearly he would have been factoring into this rotation. And because what they're signaling to you is that they have no faith, no confidence in Kolek, in Dadier, and in Hukporti right now. So you're getting, especially on the wings, extended minutes for OG, 40 minutes tonight, 41 minutes for Josh Hart. Mikal Bridges is still playing his average, his league leading 38. So, I mean, hey, maybe these guys are kind of just worn down right now because you're really getting they're not playing the bench outside of Precious, McBride, and Payne right now. So, yeah, man. Quentin, hang in there, man. Appreciate the call, man. Quentin, checking in. You were saying something, Al?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the biggest need is definitely yeah, it's front court. You could always use more wings, or you can never have enough wings.
Yeah.
But I just think it's also the center position too, man. I think center, defensively, even when you look at I know that Towns has to play most of the minutes, right? When we look at on a night to night basis. But I think when you look at it as a whole and you want to switch things up, I think you want I think you just need somebody that Thibs trusts to put out there to see that twin tower effect. And it's not even with Jericho Sims. We haven't even seen that with Jericho Sims.
Yeah.
So I'm also looking for somebody that Thibs can rely on at the 5, so that way it can just give you that flexibility for Karl Anthony Towns to be at the 4, to be at the 5. We're not having that. Look, Jericho Sims played 8 minutes tonight.
Yeah,
it's not enough. And so Towns played close to 40 minutes. And so you want your guys to get breaks. And so I think another 5 that Thibs could trust would also be very impactful for this team.
Yeah, no, they need a break, man. It's the complete opposite of this is what Steve Kerr is doing over in Golden State.
Isn't that funny?
They're up there in the West, and he's got. I turned on the game the other night. They got who's this guy who came off the bench that game? Pat Spencer. 15 minutes from Pat Spencer, 6 points. Lindy Waters III. I'm looking at this thing. They legitimately went 12 deep, and they do it every night. They do it every night.
Now, CP, I know there's fewer minutes when we talk about FIBA basketball. I know it's 40 and not 48.
Yeah.
Isn't it hilarious, though, that Kerr can find enough minutes for a 10 to 12-man rotation, which 12 guys in 48 minutes is still absurd, but you couldn't find time for
crazy
Jason Tatum.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out Michael Nooks, man. $5 super chats at CP. I was at the game sitting directly behind the Knicks bench. A win is a win. Shout out to Michael Nooks. Rare addition always in here. He says, we had Miguel Puentes out there tonight. Mikal Bridges has been MIA. Roach's neophyte salute. I think we did get the audio figured out. I don't know what happened in the beginning. It was just kind of glitching out. It happens sometimes. Just going through these super chats. My 2 cents out says Knicks squeak by like Uncle Bob trying to quietly sneak another piece of pie. Messy, slightly embarrassing, but they got what they wanted. Salute, man. Salute.
Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob, man. Snagging that pie.
Is that what you do, CP?
What?
Do you call your son over and say, hey, I don't want to look, too embarrassing. Can you help fix another play for me?
Nah, hell no, man. I made the Mac. You better believe I'm eating everything. And I'm hosting. Yeah, come on, man. Of course. No. The host is never to be shy. Yeah, man. But Thanksgiving was fantastic, man. Give thanks for that. Let's see. Salesman, $5 super chat says rest Bridges. 1 game for reset. Early sub for Bridges. Next game to save face. Flip Sims, Huck Porty at the 5. Cat at the 4. Bridges leads the second unit. I don't think you're going to start seeing those 2 big lineups until Precious comes back.
And Mitch.
And Mitch. All right, Ricky Radio. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Ricky Radio. Good to go, Ricky? We had Ricky earlier. I don't know where he went. You good? Go ahead and talk. Okay, we had audio from Ricky before. All right, Ricky, we'll drop you off. Restart your Discord. Jump out and jump back in. You'll be good to go. All right, we're gonna load Ari up. Some people said they didn't want Ari closing because they know he's gonna start complaining. But Ari on the Discord, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man. How you feel, bro?
Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Listen, man, we won the game, which is great. You know what's funny though? It's I called in 6 months ago, and I remember after the trade, and so I went on Instagram right now, and obviously, when you clip that up, obviously it had the most views because obviously the algorithm loves me. But it's everybody goes there, everybody go there, they're trashing me, and so I'm just I literally be going one by one. CP update.
So you're commenting on all the comments on that reel there was a reel that we put up a couple months ago when you were complaining about the trade, 5 picks. So now you're going back on a sorry Ari campaign.
Absolutely, 5 picks and a pick swap, all 4 unprotected. The fifth one is the Bucks pick top four protected. Anyway, listen, man. I'm hearing a lot of like, oh, it's hard to fit in. He was the one option. Now he's the fourth option. So why are we trading 5 first-round picks and a pick swap for a fourth option, right? Here's the deal, man. This team mortgaged the entire future. Thankfully for Brock Aller, he got us Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle and kept us under the second apron by $300,000. Good for him. But now we have no draft picks to trade, and we have no basically trades or capital where we could improve the team significantly. So this is why it matters. This is why Mikal Bridges got to play better basketball. OG was terrible today. I thought quantity. I need more from Towns also, man. There's a played a G League team. 19 points is not going to do it for me. Like I think today the energy was whack overall. But like if we're trying, like this is a championship or bust timeline. We have 3 years to make this happen. We have no way to improve the team because we gave up all the picks for a fourth option. Who, let alone, it's not even the offense, man. It's the defense with this guy that's so alarming. Like he doesn't even need a pick. Like people are breaking him off the dribble without even a pick, like one-on-one. He is showing no energy, like your tweet said. He can't hit a shot. And the only thing Tom Thibodeau did well today was keep Deuce in the game, who actually played well and deserved to play. But if this team doesn't, this is not like the COVID Knicks where it's like you take these moral victories, right? Like we're trying to compete for a championship. Boston's nice. And we gave up everything. Bro, people don't understand, man. If we don't win a chip within the next 3 years, okay, within this window, then it's going to be a 10-year rebuilding process because we don't have any picks. It's going to be a 10 years tank, develop, and win, all right? So this is a lot is lying on this, man. And I'll land the plane here, bro. I'll land the plane here. It's like with Bridges, man, it's like you need him to impact he's due a big contract next year, right? You traded 5 picks for him, so you can't move him to the bench. You can't bench him like continuously because then you devalue his trade value, right? It's like a sunk cost fallacy idea. So that Tom Thibodeau needs to figure out how to make it better for him. He doesn't have to be a superstar, but he has to play really well. And if he doesn't do it, and the Knicks don't get out of the first round or the second round, then Thibs might be in some trouble, man. But I'm not taking I don't want these moral victories, bro. This is a championship win team. I have no draft picks, bro. I have no draft picks. Get it together, man. I'm serious. It's on you, Thibs. But happy Thanksgiving, guys. I appreciate it.
There you go.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Ari, rate that call in the chat, man. And you guys on IG, welcome to the call rating section of the show. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Was Ari on point there? Do you guys agree with his statement? Right now, he's going back to the KFTV IG to air out his haters that were going in on him for being out on this trade.
Ari came out with the Uzi.
Ari came out with the yappa. Shout out to Ari, man. Wow. The Sorry Ari campaign is back. You guys didn't want to hear it. Like a couple months ago, he came in with a more positive tune. But he's back, man. A lot of 5s. Call of the night, man. Oh, we see some tomatoes from John Petit. 5s. We'll see what they say on the IG side of things, man. Ooh, the Germ Show 1. Greg Bates Jr. 1. Okay, so IG is a little bit more stingy with the ratings. Okay, Ill Will Northside says that's a 5. He's with it. All right, man. That's what we do, man. We are you just call in what your takes, man. Call in what your takes. 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. This is what we do, man. We allow the people to voice their opinions, good, bad, or indifferent. You have your time. It is your show. It's the people's show. It's the number 1 show for the fans by the fans. So we got Pelicans Sunday. Q Rich stopping by the show. Quentin Richardson coming through on Monday. Game of the week preview. Knicks versus Magic for the NBA Cup season finale before you get into the knockout round. And that's what we're doing here in the number 1 show by the fans, for the fans, by the fans, man. Okay, let me make sure I got all the super chats and everything. Bomani UFG, appreciate it. Says, do you think Bridges struggles on defense's effort, a defensive scheme? I think it's more effort at this point in this stage of the game. Adam Rodriguez, salute to you. And I think we got everybody. Just making sure. Okay. Also, remember to support our sponsors, man. Go to DraftKings.com. Use our code KFTV. Bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Also, remember that the KFTV Black Friday sale is also going on right now. Shout out to Mr. Duns. He just copped his KFTV New York versus the World snapback out. So he's rocking with you. Shout out to Mr. Duns, man. That's code thanks for 20% off your order. All right, man. We're going to get to the weekend, man. Knicks won. They come back home 3-2 on the road trip. Get ready for the Pelicans. Remember that the show's also available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. We're available in every podcast format. And if you guys missed today's live, so to the replay gang, man. We'll be there, man. Peace.